Imagine leaving the noise of the city behind, trading fast food and bright lights for mountains, snow, and the dream of freedom. Sounds peaceful, right? But what happens when that dream collides with reality? When the storm hits, the cold bites, and the woodpile runs out? This is the story of one family who left it all behind to live off-grid and found out what survival really means. Main story. A few months ago, Gabe and his wife Lina sold their comfortable suburban home and moved to a small cabin tucked deep in the mountains. They wanted to live simply, grow their own food, and teach their kids the meaning of independence. At first, everything seemed exciting. The trees, the silence, the freedom. It felt like a new beginning. But soon, reality set in. The kids stayed inside most of the day. Gabe spent hours trying to keep the fire alive, while Lina struggled to manage food, chores, and endless cold nights. Then came the storm that changed everything. Snow piled up against the windows. The temperature dropped below zero. Their supplies began to run low. Gabe chopped wood until his hands bled, but the cabin never stayed warm. When a few local homestead mentors came to visit, they found the real issue. The roof had no insulation, and all their heat was escaping straight through it. Inside, the fridge was full of store-bought food. There were no preserved vegetables, no canned goods, no backup plan. The family had a few chickens and a pig they treated more like a pet than livestock. It was clear they weren't prepared to truly live off the land. The mentors decided to teach them the basics of survival. They showed Gabe's son, Jonah, how to track animals, read signs in the snow, and make a clean, humane shot. It wasn't about killing, it was about learning to provide. When Jonah brought home his first deer, the family didn't cheer. They stood quietly, thankful. For the first time, they had real food they earned with their own hands. The team helped them insulate the roof, organize their woodpile, and start a proper food storage plan. Lina learned how to smoke and salt meat to last through the winter. The kids began helping with daily chores. Slowly, the cabin became more than just shelter. It became a home built on effort, learning, and teamwork. Conclusion: the biggest change wasn't in the cabin, it was in them. Gabe realized that survival isn't just about strength, it's about unity, planning, and passing on knowledge. Lina found courage in the routine. The kids discovered what real responsibility feels like. Life off-grid isn't easy. It tests every part of you. But when you push through, you find a strength you never knew you had. So, if this story inspired you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because real stories of survival aren't about comfort. They're about courage, family, and the will to keep going when the world turns cold.